We are having more conversations at the messy desk. So, one of the weirder, more woo-woo things that I will do is actually adjust ears. And what I'll do is actually traction down and out on the earlobe, and it'll actually make a popping sound. I'm going to come up to the mic and I'm going to yank on my ear, and we'll see if we can actually, if this transfers, see if we can do this. See if you can actually hear that. I'm not sure why it pops, but I've got some ideas. If you've ever had your ears yanked on or adjusted, I wouldn't even call it an adjustment because you're not really moving anything around. We're just yanking on an ear. But if you've ever had your ear pulled on like that, had it pop, what you'll notice is that everything, it almost feels like there's more air in your ear. Oddly enough, it feels like everything opens up. And we're pulling on the soft tissue tunnel that is the ear canal. And I think that release, that popping, is just a reduction in the fluid pressure that bathes that ear canal. So we're going to look at the anatomy a little bit of the ear canal and kind of show you kind of what I'm talking about here, but I got to find the relevant anatomy. But basically, you've got this tunnel that burrows through the bone of your skull, and this soft tissue kind of liner inside that tunnel, which is what your ear canal actually is. And when we pull on the ear, we produce a lower pressure all of a sudden in that liquid bath that the inside of our soft tissues is. And I think that's where that like popping kind of cavitation sound comes from, because that's what's happening in joints. If you can kind of come on over. So you've got the mushy gushy stuff of the side of the face here. You can see they're looking at nerves there. The earlobe has been folded up and pinned back. You can see that pin there. And so we're gonna kind of come down here. Now it's been pinned back this way. And we're going to look at a view of it having been cut away completely, and you can actually see the EAM, or external acoustic meatus, which is just that tunnel that burrows through the bone there. And you can see that it actually indeed is a tunnel. We don't have a great picture. There it is again. And basically you've got, I'll come over here to the whiteboard. You've got your external ear, if we call that the external ear, and then that ear canal, and then here's your eardrum, and you've got a whole bunch of mechanisms that connects this to all of your inner ear stuff, and this has got the nerve that goes to your brain. But what you've got from here, if this is your ear and here is, like, say, the back of your throat, you've got this canal that is mostly collapsed, but every once in a while, such as when you yawn, it will open up and allow for free passage of air from the back of your throat into behind your eardrum. And this is called a eustachian canal. And when we yank on the ear this way, we traction all of this, which I think has some really good effects on somebody that's been suffering from a cold. If all this is really inflamed, right? You kind of get dizzy when you've got a cold because this stuff is inflamed, and it affects how not only hearing works but also balance. And tractioning all this can kind of loosen everything up and potentially provide for passage of fluid back into the back of your throat. It's super gross, but that's kind of something that I've noticed in my patients. And also, you've got all this what we call microcirculation or lymphatic drainage, which drains all of this out back into this area as well to reduce what I call fluid pressure, or just edema or swelling of those tissues. It's just that gathering of fluid in the tissues that happens when you're congested, right? So that's kind of the premise I use to adjust ears. I pull on them, and it really helps to open everything up. And now, as I've only adjusted one, I find that I can hear myself a lot better on this side than this side, which I didn't do. So I'll just finish with this guy. Let's see if you can hear it. There we go. Weird, but hopefully that explains some things.